Hello everybody, my name is Pangoduck. Welcome to a new series. Going Medieval. It is in early access, but I promise you, it's very good. It's not one of those games where you open it up and there's like 20 minutes of content. What is it? It's a colony sim, and it is literally RimWorld, but medieval. So much so that when you see some of the interfaces, you will be like, holy crap, this is just RimWorld. And that's really all there is to say. It's a lot of fun. I've played like 4 hours or so. So I'm by no means an expert, bear that in mind. Expect me to do stuff wrong. Let's just go straight into it and we'll see how it goes. We're going to pick standard scenario. There is peaceful and survival, obviously more frequent raids and stuff on survival. Peaceful is just easy mode. It's not that hard anyway, is it? So we're just going to go standard and normal difficulty. Starting conditions, much like RimWorld, you can pick the kind of setup you have, resources, equipment that you take, and the kind of constraints on the settlers that you get to random between. We're just going to go with the default one, but there is also a lone wolf one in here where you only have 1 settler to begin with. We have 3. And you can also add new, create your own custom ones, set the conditions, resources, equipment, etc. You can set it all up in whatever way you like, which is really cool, because if you don't like some of the things, maybe you want to do a lone wolf one, but you want different equipment, you can just create your own and mess with it. And I think that's a really cool addition. So, we're going to do new life. Now, as you can see, the heraldry allows you to edit the shield, and you may well be familiar with this as the Shield of Reichland. Literally, I opened it up, I started fiddling around, and I had a bright idea, and now here we are. So, I am going to go ahead and name our settlement Altdorf. Now, I promise that's the end of the... This isn't a Warhammer channel, okay? I know it looks like it, but it's not. Let's have a quick look at the editor just so you can see. It's really cool. You've got all these colours to pick from. You've got a bunch of patterns you can use, and then obviously change the corresponding colour so that you can create variations. And then you can add a whole bunch of symbols. And with all the symbols, you can change the colour, you can move them around, you can rotate them, scale them, flip them. It's actually just a really little kind of cool tool that you can use here. And there's also the developer icon, just in case you're wondering why there's a strange fox. But yeah, so I've created the kind of Reichland shield. We're just going to roll with it. Map type. This is the kind of overall world map, which we're going to randomize. But in each world map, there'll be 3 starting positions. Valley, mountain, and hillside. Obviously, valley is going to be lots of vegetation and stuff, and clay. Moderate amount of limestone, but lesser amounts of those kind of minerals. Gold, silver, iron, salt. Mountain is going to be the absolute opposite, where there isn't that much forestation and vegetation, but there is going to be a lot of those minerals, gold, iron, silver, etc. And hillside is going to be somewhere in between. I will choose valley, though, which is what you get by default. We'll have plenty of wood and stuff. I mean, I'm planning to make a castle eventually if we survive. It may end up being a wooden palisade. We'll see. I mean, we'll have clay. We can make clay bricks, right? Should be fine. Map size default is the only option for now. And yeah, we can randomize this world map a bit. It doesn't really matter. I just kind of pick something that looks vaguely cool. This is kind of cool. Although, how would the mountain fort actually get out? Maybe they'd have to dig a tunnel or something. Screw it. We're going to roll with it. We're going to roll with it. So, now we come to our starting settlers, our colonists. As you can see, massive similarities with RimWorld. You've got the skills, which are basically the same. You've got passion in the same way. 1 star will give you, as you can see in the tooltip, a 2.5 more XP gained for that skill. And 2 stars will give you a 4 times, which is actually massive. And then you've got a background, which affects those stats. And then various perks, again, much like RimWorld. And I'll talk about the religion in a second. What we're going to do is I'm just going to whip through really quickly and explain what each one is on a basic level. And have a look at a couple of the perks as examples. And then I will pause the recording. I will go and randomize a bunch of starting settlers that we want to use so that we just have a kind of balanced start. You know, we could make them all like cannibals and or something and do a crazy kind of, oh, every time someone attacks, we eat them. You know, and lots of things that people have done in RimWorld as well. But for now, I'm going to do a fairly standard start, and we'll see what we end up with. So, the skills, though. Animal handling. Taming, feeding, training, hunting animals. Botany is going to be growing, harvesting, sowing crops, gathering plants. I think that also counts for cutting trees down. Carpentry is making items out of wood. Construction is just basically building everything and making bricks as well. Culinary is going to be butchering and cooking. Intellectual is going to be research, which is going to be a big thing. We're going to need to research more stuff pretty quickly. Marksmanship will be ranged weapons. Melee will be melee weapons, obviously. Medicine, again, all of them are self-explanatory, I know, but there you go. Healing other workers, self-healing, and brewing spirits and medicinal drugs. So that is kind of important to have somebody to do that. Mining, self-explanatory. Smithing, again, just while carpentry is wood, smithing is metals and stuff. Speechcraft, bargaining, helping, and cheering other workers. Conversational skill helps turn enemies into allies. So I assume that will come into stewardship as well if we have prisoners and things trying to turn people. And finally, tailoring, which is cloth and leather items being made, which will be lovely. So the background, as I say, I'm not going to read the backgrounds, but depending on what they are, they might give a bonus to various skills. Religious alignment. There are two religions. Oak Brethren, and then the Restitutionist. Oak Brethren being left, Restitutionist being right, and each person will be somewhere on this scale in one or the other direction. And obviously, the closer to the end you are, the more kind of sort of zealot-like you are in your faith. So there we go. We can obviously cope with that by having shrines and things for them to worship. Age, weight, and height, and then we get to the perks. So what do we got here? Callous. Doesn't do anything direct to her skills, her attributes, but unmoved by human mortality, flesh is a mere commodity once the soul has fled. So more than likely, she probably won't get much of a mood debuff when we're seeing like dead bodies and stuff. Dullard actually does affect her attributes though. Intellectual -5, XP gain -15%, and plus 10% clumsiness, which I assume affects failing to gather, build, etc. Because if you have a low attribute, you're very likely to fail at things that you're doing. Just have a see if there's other perks here. Hit point recovery reduction, motor function reduction, wound regeneration reduction. These are really bad, aren't they? Contemplative. Mood target -20%. Mood change speed +5%. So probably get upset a lot easier. What's Godwin got? Lord of Misrule. For some, tricks and buffoonery were a midwinter indulgence, but Godwin liked to play jokes all year long. So, I don't know, is that going to annoy people or make them happy? I've got a feeling he's going to annoy the absolute crap out of everybody. Then he's got another one, which gives intellect and XP gain. And then infirm, which gives, again, similar to the other one, reductions to health and motor function and wound regeneration. So, what I will do now is I will pause the recording, go through, randomize until I've got 3 that I'm kind of happy with and cover the bases, and then we'll just see what perks they have, and we'll be ready to go. Okay, I think we're ready. I think we're sorted. As you can see from the group skills, we're pretty well covered. Medicine, not the best, but we do have a bit of passion there. Edward has got 1 star of passion, so hopefully we can level that up fairly quickly. Mining, not the best. Tailoring, pretty bad, but that's not super crucial. We've got culinary sorted, and botany, which is kind of big. We've got a good researcher, we've got a good marksman, which is really good, and melee as well. So, let's talk about what I was looking for. First of all, Cassandra, I was looking for somebody with over 10 marksmen, and the reason for that is I happen to know that we're bringing a longbow with us, and you do need 10 skill to equip it. We have a longbow and a shortbow, and obviously I want to make use of both ranged weapons if possible. A, for hunting, but also shoot the enemy before they get to you and we won't take damage. So that was why I was kind of looking for that first. As for other skills, it's a little bit not the best, but we can do hunting. We can do research okay, and that's going to become important, as we'll see in a minute. I know we have 23 on Edward, but I will see why that's going to be a little bit sweaty. Hopefully construction can be leveled up a bit. It doesn't matter too much if she fails at construction while she's learning, compared to like cooking or botany would waste crops and stuff. I'm not too worried if she wastes a bit of wood, you know? So I'm hoping that'll be okay. And then she's alright at all this stuff. But the thing is as well, right? If she's doing hunting and then maybe a bit of building or carpentry and not a lot else, she could be hauling, and we're going to have a lot of stuff to haul. So she is a little bit specialized here. A little bit too specialized, maybe for having 3 people. But we're going to roll with it. She's an incredible shot. And I'm hoping that that is going to carry her. The background is Brutal Archer, which I won't read, but if you want to pause and read, go ahead. Marksman plus 12 from that, melee plus 5, and smithing plus 3. She's very slightly Oak Brethren leaning, but not, not a huge amount. She's 50 years old. Perks then, robust. Hit point recovery, motor function, and wound regeneration. That is so good. So good. Will make her a lot more kind of sturdy. Gourmet gives increase to culinary. I mean, I don't know if 4 overall skill may be a bit low, but maybe we can get it up a bit. We could maybe get her to just do like butchery or something. I don't know. We'll see. So her appetite is also increased by 5%. So she may eat a little bit more food, maybe a bit more often. She eats quicker as well. Consumption duration minus 15%. On the one hand, you might think it's bad, but on the other hand, it will mean she gets back to work quicker after eating. So it's not all bad. And then, Lord of Misrule. There we go. Tricks and buffoonery. So we'll have to see how that plays out. She might annoy the absolute crap out of the others. We'll see. Edward, then. Edward is an incredible researcher, which is all well and good, but he is also really our best botanist. And botany is a pretty full-time job, right? Once you start getting crops and things going. I mean, in the beginning, we'll need to do a bunch of tree cutting and gathering berries and things. So I'm not sure he's going to have that much time to research. That is something that, because like 9 is fine in the beginning. So obviously this is obscenely high, but I wouldn't be that upset if Cassandra is the one doing the research while Edward is doing botany and whatnot. It's just the way it's kind of shaken out. Maybe later he can drop onto research. So he's got 10 in botany. He's good at carpentry. Construction's not the best, but it should be okay. Don't want him anywhere near the food. Also not going to be doing any hunting, but he's not bad with a bow or in melee. And he's decent-ish at medicine, but has passion in it, so hopefully that will level up, as I was saying. Could also do a bit of speechcraft if we do get, well, traders to bargain with or prisoners to try and convert. So that's okay. Inconspicuous Alchemist is his background. Again, feel free to read. That's where he gets the speechcraft and the intellectual from. A massive intellectual boost of 15. Botany and medicine. He also leans Oak Brethren a little bit more, but not too much. 40 years old. Now, Brawny. I swear I didn't just go looking for really good perks, but this is an insane perk. I was mostly considering the stats because I wanted to get stuff covered. But Brawny, mining plus 3 is whatever, but movement speed 15% more, global work speed 10% more, that is so big. Melee weapon damage and unarmed damage 5%, I don't really care about that. But the work speed and the movement speed is absolutely huge, especially for somebody that's going to be working the crops. Does have vulnerable, so wound regeneration is minus 10%. Need to try and keep him out of trouble, probably will give him the short bow and kind of try and keep him away. And then ill-favoured, so he's born with a boss eye, which made it difficult to know where to look when speaking to him. That might affect his personal relationships, maybe his mood, maybe others' moods. We'll have to see how that unfolds. And Henrik, our boy Henrik, has animal handling. Now, the thing is, we're probably not going to give Henrik a bow. And as I said, Cassandra might actually do the hunting because she's not that useful elsewhere. The real point of Henrik is the culinary. Can I speak? Culinary. Culinary. Well, words. Yeah, so he's going to be our cook and butcher, probably mostly. Also pretty good at construction. Passable at botany as well. So definitely going to have that in his repertoire when we need it. And generally, he's okay at a bunch of other stuff. Speechcraft, smithing. But his main job is going to be the cook. That was the real thinking. He has a background. Uprooted army cook, which is where he gets it from. Melee plus 12. Culinary plus 10. And animal handling. Like I say, he's not going to be hunting, because also I'm not going to give him a ranged weapon. He's okay with a ranged weapon, but as it's shaken out, I want Henrik to have our melee weapons, and he's pretty good at it. So we're not going to be doing hunting, but if we do tame them and need to like train them and stuff, he can absolutely do that. He also has a pseudonym. The Kitten of Salcott cum Verley. There's a sentence I never thought I'd say. Speechcraft plus 3. Again, if you want to read it, go ahead. Now, he actually swings the other way religiously. So he is a restitutionist. I don't know if that's going to cause any conflict between them. We will see. 43 years old. Perked early bird. Sleep recovery speed minus 5%. Sleep depletion speed plus 5%. So he's going to be tired. And as it says in the text there, an early bedtime is essential. So maybe he's going to I'll probably, in the beginning, put him to bed an hour before everybody else. And we'll see how it shakes out, see if he's tired, and then we can change it around. But that's probably going to be the plan. And he's also Snow White. Loves nothing better than the biting air and crisp frost of midwinter. He thrives in the cold. So that's good, because when winter rocks around, he's not even going to care at all. I don't know the numerical advantages to this, but he's not going to care. Right. I think we're good. That took a while, but we're good. Let's go into the game. So we have a summary here. Altdorf, our settlers. Standard, a new life is the start, and it is in a valley. I will leave tutorial tips on because I am not an expert. And if anything comes up, then we can obviously have a little look at it and learn a bit more about what we're doing. I'm not going to read this out. Feel free to pause and read. As soon as we load it in, I am going to roll with it. But basically, it's just the generic introduction. And we placed to put down roots, a homeland. They decided to title it Altdorf. Here we are. So I'm going to pause. Yes, I know that. I know I said tutorials, but... So, here is the map. First thing I'm going to do... Right, listen. Here's a tip for you. If you start playing this game, let's say you want to designate some trees to chop. Screw this, right? The diagonal... I'm going to hit Q and E and just get the camera, like, basically face on. I much prefer this. This is just less painful. So, with the map rotated, here is the map. It's a little bit immersion breaking on the edge of the map, but... I don't know if they're planning to change that or anything. I don't really care. Obviously, one of the mega differences from RimWorld is that it's 3D. And also, there are Z levels, right? We can go down. We can dig down. We can mine stuff. And crucially as well, which I'm not going to do to start with. But one thing... I can't even remember where we were now. Where are you? Okay. One thing we can do, and probably should do, but I'm not going to do it immediately, is store food underground. Because apparently in the summer, that helps preserve it far more, like heat-wise. It's also worth noting, I'm just going to mention this now, because we're not going to go into it in massive detail. A wooden wall, for example, does have an insulation rating. So, and then obviously a clay wall has a different one, and so on. So it's worth knowing that when we're trying to kind of do those things. And if we do have some clay early, maybe I'll make the initial storage hut for food out of clay, because it has better insulation. I don't know. We'll see how it shakes out. So... the very first thing, and I will rotate the camera for this so we can actually see them, I'm going to do is equip the weapons. Now, I can do this manually by, there's the longbow. You'll note, look, required skill, marksman 10, as I said, and we can equip. I am going to do her manually, and I'll show you why in a second. So let's just get her to pick that up. Okay, she has it. Now, the general way to choose them, to decide what they are going to equip is to go on manage. Yes, I know. So, now we can say what type of weapon they should have. Ranged for Cassandra. Edward is going to be ranged as well. And Henrik is going to be... I think we see we have a spear, but we also have a sword and a shield. And I just want to go sword and shield for now. So manage shield, all shields for Henrik. Now, the reason I didn't want to do this straight up... They will straight away go and equip it. But I didn't want to do it is because Cassandra might have grabbed the short bow. And then... Edward wouldn't have been able to equip the longbow, and it would have been a pain in the ass. So that's why I haven't done it. As for any headgear or armor, I'm going to give it to Henrik because he's in melee. So let's just say he can equip all headgear, all armor. Food and stimulants is fine. So that's ready to go. They'll equip it when we unpause. The next thing I'm going to do is grab the allow tool. As you can see, everything is forbidden. Let's just kind of do a little bit of a sweep. There's going to be other things on the map that are forbidden. But this kind of area is fine. Later we'll come and unforbid more stuff. There's a lot of clay here, actually. Maybe I'll unforbid that clay. Then we could actually... Maybe we can straight up make our food storage out of clay. There's bones and things. There's some sticks. But I'm not going to rush for that. I'm just going to leave those for now. So, what do we need to do? We need a stockpile. I'll tell you what. Let's talk layers. We're on layer 16. Now watch this. I'm going to control and mouse wheel in. You'll notice nothing is changing. Because for some obscure reason, it's actually layer 5, which is the ground. 4 is the first step underground. For some reason, they've got increments of half as well. So there's 4.5. But 5 is going to be ground level. 6 is going to be like the first floor, and so on. So let's just keep it at 5 for the moment. To help just get some of the trees out of the way as well. Okay. Let's do a stockpile, and then I'll go back and do jobs. But let's just show stockpiles. We're going to need... a dumping stockpile for waste, carcasses and whatnot. I think for now what I'm going to do is just put it right near the edge of the map. Literally like that. We can just go and dump everything. If we click on it, carcasses and waste, very similar to RimWorld as you can see. And then for now, we're just going to have a general stockpile, which I'll put on top of what we already have. Is this... Oh, that's salt. Look at the bottom left of the screen. Position, blah, blah, blah. Salt. That's soil. That's salt. Interesting, but we're not going to mine it up for now. So what I'll probably do is allow the stockpile to go over the top of it and just have a general stockpile like this. And if we go into the settings, I am going to just take out carcasses and waste for obvious reasons because I want those dumped over there. Everything else for now can be in this stockpile, and that'll be good. Let's designate some of these trees to be chopped down. In fact, probably all of these. We need a bit of space to build anyway. And we will also go to harvest. Much like RimWorld, you've got cut plants and harvest, but let's harvest probably this hay, because we're going to potentially want that for roofs. Oh, we've also caught some mushrooms. We can get the mushrooms. And are there any berries? I mean, I could just drag a big box and then it will grab anything. There's a lot of trees here, isn't there? Very wooded. I don't see berries. There's some berries. There's only one really that's ready. Okay. That's fine for the time being. Maybe we'll forage a bit more. Or we could actually get some hunting set up. I know this looks like that. It's something to do with the layers. Look, if I come up to 6.5, we can see this layer. It's a little bit of a step up. We can't get up there unless there's a ramp, though. There is a ramp. You see that ramp there? Is there a ramp to the next level? Obviously, I can build a ramp. Oh, yeah, look, there's ramps here as well. So we can get up there and harvest some stuff. Maybe I'll allow that clay as well. It's a little bit out of the way, but... Ooh, and the iron. Maybe I'm getting a bit carried away. Let's not go crazy. So, we've got some stuff set. The next thing to worry about, if we click on the cabbage, you will notice it's going to rot in 3 days, and obviously we can't refrigerate it because of the temperature, but also because of the ground type. Stockpiles are going to do far better if we... I tell you what, I'm not going to do this. Let's put it over here away from the... Let's shrink it. I don't really want to do this on the salt, to be honest. And then maybe we can expand it and put it like a bit of an L shape. It's going to be a bit weird, but... That's probably too big, isn't it? Oh well, screw it, we're doing it. And then what I'm immediately going to do, for the sake of preserving goods, is I'm going to put a wooden floor underneath it. Purely and simply. It's going to take a bit of wood to do that, and I might be screwing myself by not getting that finished in the first day and still having time to build somewhere to sleep. But I want to do that so that we can preserve everything as best as possible. Right, I think they've all got decent starting jobs. Now, the thing is, we haven't set up actual jobs. But let's start with schedule. This is, again, exactly the same as RimWorld, a sleep schedule. I think what I will do... What have they got now, then? 5-6 hours. Do you reckon that's going to be okay? I might put them to bed an hour earlier. And we'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll take it... Well, I'll tell you what. Let's go... No. Let's leave it like this. I don't think, and I could be wrong, I don't think it's like RimWorld, where we can just set the hour that they go to bed and then put everything else to anything, and they just sleep as long as they want. I feel like they get up, but I could be wrong. It shouldn't work like that, and it might not. But for the time being, let's just do it like this. And who is the person that requires more sleep? Is it Henrik? Yeah, an earlier bedtime. But he likes to be up early. So presumably then, if I take off like 2 hours there and put on 2 hours there, that may well work out for Henrik. It might not. We'll see what happens. And that also gives him less time to work today, so it's not ideal. Maybe I should just do 1 hour. Let's try 1 hour and see how he goes. Alright then, jobs. Here you are. It's exactly like RimWorld. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to empty all these out. Copy, paste, paste. Right, there we go. So, tending is obviously medicine. I think I'm going to put Cassandra. Cassandra's got a medicine skill of 1. She's going to hurt somebody. So let's put that down to priority 5. And we'll see how it... We're going to have to keep on top of it, because if both Edward and Henrik get injured, I'm going to be like, oh shit, Cassandra's got to tend to them, even though it might kill them. So we'll see. Convalesce is rest. Convalesce while wounds heal. So we want them all to rest whenever needed. Top priority of 1. If you're unfamiliar with this, it goes left to right when it's trying to decide what it needs to do, and then obviously by number. So it'll go looking all the way along for number 1, and then stop if you get there and there's some work or resting to do. and then 2, and then 3, and that's how it will do it. So it's left to right, and then by number. Well, yeah. Hunting, then. It's going to be Cassandra. I'm going to make that a 1 for now. And obviously Edward can. So let's put that at a 3, and we'll see how this shakes out, and I might change that later. Construction. We've got level 3 there, 5, and 7. So I'll put Henrik 1. Probably a 2 for you, and then maybe like a 4. Well, 3 for now. I might come back and change it, but let's do it like that. Which one was our botanist? It's Edward. So Edward's main... So I'll tell you what, based off that... Well, it is a 2, so that's fine. Growing, harvesting, and cut plants is going to be top priority for Edward. Henrik can do it, though. So let's go 2 for now. And we want to keep Cassandra away from it because she's going to waste a bunch of stuff. She can mine, though. I think mining for her can probably come before construction. Stick that on a 2 for the time being. I might up it to 1. We'll see. Maybe I will, actually. Let's go 1. You can maybe have it as a 4, and you can maybe have it as a 3. Because, again, I don't really care if you fail at mining that much. Oh, it might waste resources, I guess. Maybe a 4. Maybe a 4. Cooking. Of course, that's going to be your main job. I probably want you to cook before you construct. Do I? Constructing shouldn't last that long. Because I could put this down to a 2. Problem is, cooking takes a lot of time, and then nothing will ever get constructed. So no, I'm going to leave it like this for now, but we'll keep an eye on it, and I might change it later. So all constructing will be done, and then cooking. Because you could spend a ton of time cooking and never do the construction. I'm a bit up in the air about that, but we'll see. Crafting. That is non-skilled work, crafting basic items like bricks. This can just be level 3, I guess, for all of them. Smithing. I guess a 4. I mean, you're good at it, but... And maybe just a 4 for all of you. And probably the same for carpentry for now. Because you're all okay. I mean, like, okay, skill 4 is not great, but... Maybe 5. Maybe the best person should have 4 and the other 2 have 5. Probably the same thing with tailoring. Okay, I was going to say this makes Henrik not really that great for any of them, but he's going to be busy anyway. Research, then. Probably a 2. Oh, is it above? No, probably construct first. So hunting will be the first priority, then mining, then constructing, then crafting, but that's not going to happen very often, and then research. I think that's fair. For you, growing, constructing, then research. I think that's actually okay. And then maybe we'll put this at a 4 for you. Because I would rather do research than smithing, carpentry, and tech. These things are a way away anyway. We've got to do some research before we can even do these. Steward, then. Basic tasks, whoopsie daisy. Locking doors, closing windows, extinguishing torches. Probably a 2 for everybody. Hauling. Now, this is where it gets interesting. I think I might get you to haul before you research. Because there's going to be a bunch of hauling to do, and we don't have many people, and you don't have that many uses right now. It's a little bit dodgy, because it means research might not get done for some time, because Edward's going to be really busy. And if you've got to do all your hauling first, you're not going to be researching. But it should get done eventually, and I'm kind of okay with it. For you guys, maybe a 4. Well, I guess it can be 3 for you. It doesn't really matter. I think we'll leave it like that for now. I think that's a reasonable start. We might change it around as we go, but at least we've got that all set up. So we've already gone through these 3 screens. Obviously, research, we need a bench before we can do it. Region just shows us this map. We can now see other settlements. So there are some enemy settlements here. Forest bandits and whatnot, and some friendly ones as well. Very nice. We also have a region influence, and I'll be honest, I can't even remember what that does. So we're not going to worry about that for now. We've got speed settings up here, the time. You can see the temperature here, and it changes based on where you're moused over, but obviously we only have outside right now. I think we're ready to unpause finally. Let's do it. Let's unpause. Let's let them get to work. They're equipping their weapons and stuff. Grabbing them. Nobody's going to have the spear for the time being. Immediately getting started on the wooden floor. We're going to have to cut down these trees, obviously, because they're in the way. Edward doing some harvesting. I think, to be fair, we can probably go speed 2 for now, because I do want to get a bit done in the first episode. I have talked a lot, but I wanted to explain the game for anybody new. So over here, we do have chopping trees, as you saw. I don't need this tutorial. Cut plants. We'll just cut all plants like in the vicinity, no matter how much they've grown. Harvest, self-explanatory. Mine, self-explanatory. Deconstruct, if we need to deconstruct any kind of buildings and stuff. Hunt, will designate animals to be hunted. We've got cancel to cancel anything at all, and then allow and forbid. And then over here, we've got the various building, which we'll see when we get them. We've got the base building things, floors, walls, doors, etc. Production, which at the moment is a campfire for cooking, butchering table, and a research table. Furniture, at the moment we don't have beds. We've only got hay sleeping spots, but tables and stools. Not enough beds, look. Leisure. So we've got one shrine for each religion, which we're going to want to get up quite quickly, and then the backgammon table. I should really leave this on speed 1 while we're chatting. And then miscellaneous is pretty miscellaneous. A fence, pyre, unmarked graves are going to be necessary after we get raided. Hopefully not for our settlers. And warfare. At the moment we've got stick traps, which will impale people. It's a 1 square thing. And wooden merlons, which are defensive spikes. Look, the shield indicates the way that the spikes face, and they will, and your colonists will obviously stand on the other side. One thing I like to do is create sort of a U shape, and then have my colonists stand inside. But we will see how that plays out, and then we're going to research a bunch of new stuff. Okay, let's get all that. It's not that one of the nice things about this game is if you mouse over your colonist, you get all the skills just there, like that, without having to go into their profile. There is a lot of info in here as well, though. As well as the background, the perks, and whatnot. If we go, we've got inventory. So you got the longbow, wearing some wool winter clothes. All their DPS and stuff as well. Armor values, head and chest. Their skills. As well, who's Henrik's doing constructing, was he? Look, here you go. You can see how the bar goes up. And you can also track XP. So you can see his XP there ticking up as he finishes each of those floorboards, which is pretty cool. Attributes is really nice. You get an incredible amount of detail. Movement speed, appetite, mood target, just everything. Most function, XP gain, job related. So you can literally check their construction speed, chance harvest fails when he does it. All things like that. Reaping speed, chance reaping fails, chance construction fails. You can check all the percentages in here, which I think is a really, really nice touch. The mood bar's the same as RimWorld. You will notice there is an alcohol requirement, so we really could do with getting that researched pretty soon, because we want to be able to brew alcohol. Entertainment and religious activities, sleep and food. Mood, again, identical to RimWorld. General mood bar, and then the current modifiers. Do start with initial optimism, which is a nice little plus 25 boost. And finally, the health screen. Blood, well, hit points, blood, consciousness, stomach, and pain. There we go. And we can draft them much like in RimWorld as well, where when we get in combat, we'll be able to directly control them and tell them where to go. We're cutting down some trees. We've just got these floors to kind of sort out. So I think now we're probably ready to try and knock up a very quick hut for sleeping. So, hay sleeping spot is a 2x1. And I really want this to be a small hut because we don't have a ton of time. I might put it here, blocking some of the dumping stockpile. So, 2x1. So we'll have one bed there. I want a gap in between. So gap, second bed, gap, third bed. And then maybe just one square to walk in front of them. Because like I say, I want this to be built by tonight if possible. And it's already 2 p.m. So we'll do that. Let's go for wooden walls. Get those all the way around. I mean, I should leave a gap for a door, but we'll just go over the top. So there's the walls. Door, I guess we'll put in the middle. And for the time being, I won't bother with a window because it's extra work and extra wood. But that'll be kind of good for equalizing temperature and whatnot afterwards. For now, though, let's set that as the plan. And hopefully Henrik will get on with it. Cassandra is hauling to stockpile. So no mining and no... I could give her some hunting to do. But for the time being, we've got 35 cabbage, 9 packaged meals, 45 mushrooms. So I'm not going to rush. I'm quite happy for her to do some hauling. Even collecting the wood that we cut down. Okay. Let's go speed 2. Let's see if Henrik can get this done by bedtime. I'm not sure if he will. The door takes a long time. Look at this. Let's go, Henrik. Okay, good job. Got the floors to do as well. I could have left the floor, I suppose. It's not technically going to be... Oh, construction failed twice in a row. It's not technically going to be... Oh, no, what's happening, Henrik? Hey, Henrik. Hey. No, come here. Oh, botany level 11. Nice. What is your construction failure chance? 6.88%. And yet it's happened 3 times in quick succession. Oh, again. Oh, again. What? What is happening? Nearly level 8 at least. You're wasting wood. Come on. Let's go. One thing that is missing from this game is you don't seem to be able to prioritize one task over another. So if I wanted him to do the floor, there's no way for me to say do this first or anything. Let's start putting these sleeping spots in. I don't know if I need to let him do the floor before I put this spot down. I might just wait. Yeah, he's doing it now anyway. Come on. There we go. Let's at least have the sleeping spots, and if they're sleeping outside, they're sleeping outside. When are we going to bed? 9 o'clock for Henrik, so it's only 3 hours away. And it's Henrik doing the building. Oh no. Quick, Henrik, build your own bed. Don't fail. It looks like we're going to be sleeping outside the first night. Please do that before. Okay. Yeah, we're probably going to be sleeping outside. They'll get over it. Because we're not going to have time to do the roof as well as this. We might just get the walls done. Surely, yeah, it's now 8 o'clock. He's only got 1 more hour. It's not going to happen. But if he can finish the walls, that's something. There we go. So I'm going to pause just, you know, to save time. For the time being then, we've got a ton of hay. We've got 495 hay. So I'm going to go for a thatched roof. We can do a wicker roof with sticks. We've got quite a lot of sticks. How many? 205. But we got a lot of hay. We should just use hay for the time being. It's not the best, but it has 100% cover effectiveness. It'll be fine. It'll be fine for the moment. So we're just going to drag a roof like that. Very simple. But I imagine it's not going to get done. Especially since he's gone to harvest mushrooms. Which admittedly is my fault, because I didn't have this ready to go. But it's about to be bedtime for him. The early bird, Henrik. Why are you unhappy? Moderately tired. Well, that's to be expected. It's now bedtime, though. But he's started the construction job, so maybe he's going to finish it. No. No, he's not. Let's just go down a level so we can... There we go. Henrik has wiped out for the night. Cassandra is still hauling like an absolute madwoman. We should now see, because there's a wooden floor, it will rot in a lot longer time, and only because of the temperature. And the temperature isn't obscene or anything, it's like 6 degrees right now. So we shouldn't be in any immediate danger for food rotting. Alright. It's about bedtime now for them as well. Sleep it off. So what we're going to do tomorrow, finish the roof. Probably set up some hunting, although we do still have a fair bit of food. Maybe we get the campfire to do a bit of cooking. The research table is a pretty big need. I think first maybe we do the shrines, though. I might even set those up. So what I tend to like to do early is I just put 1 shrine on each side of the building. So we've got the oak shrine over here, but the restitutionist shrine over on this side. And then they can just pray at the side. And we'll put a backgammon table in front. Out of interest, Henrik. I mean, they probably didn't appreciate you banging on the roof while they were sleeping. Slept outside, slept in an uncomfortable bed. Lacking religious activity, so that won't be for much longer. He's just finished the roof, has he? Not quite. Nearly. Okay, it looks like he probably filled his sleep bar. So that was probably okay, but we'll keep an eye on it in the coming days. And see what happens. I feel like there's a way to not show those stockpiles all the time. Is there a way? I feel like there's a way. Never mind. I guess if we go underground, you can't see them. We're building up a shrine. The Oak Brethren Shrine. Bit of an idol with some candles. I don't know where we got the wax from, but I'm not complaining. Once we have the backgammon table, they'll be able to get their entertaining... Plant reaping mishandled. Edward. Stop having unhappy thoughts. You're fine. Well, you're doing the religion now. Just chill. Yeah, that's good. Alcohol is starting to go down. Right, meal prep missing, we know. We're going to get a campfire. I'm tempted to get the research bench first, though. The research bench will have a negative modifier if it's outside. So I think we kind of want to get another little kind of hut that we can use just for that kind of working. It doesn't need to be too big. Maybe even just something like this would be good. I think I'd rather do... Let's take one off. Because we need walls. We'll just stick a door there. I might now go for a window as well. Because I need to do food storage. Well, we're doing research now. I've decided. It'll be okay. It's on a wooden floor. It'll be fine. Shall I do a window? Maybe just there. I'll probably do one in the sleeping room as well. And let's get on with that. Wood-wise, we've got quite a lot in the stockpile, so we're feeling good. I wouldn't mind doing a bit of hunting, but at the same time, now that I think about it, we're the meat, we're going to have to cook it. So until we've got a campfire, there's no huge rush to actually do that. And we need a butcher's table as well. And Edward's just hanging out, so why rush? Because Edward's not. Okay, got the other shrine for Henrik. I think he's the only restitution list, I believe. Yeah. Yeah. Getting that window sorted out. If we just go back up, we'll be able to see it. There we go. Shall we open it then? Hold the phone. Let's just check the temperature up here. So it's 70 degrees outside. 16 inside. So it's actually kind of cool inside. The insulation isn't working too badly on the wood, so I won't rush to open the window right now. Okay, let's get the research building built. I say research building. I'm going to put other workbenches in here as well. But obviously, not just yet. Construction skill going up, which is good. Research table. I'm doing it. I'm doing it now. Take a breather. I don't really like the hay roofs much. It's very... I don't know. I don't like it. But we've got a lot of hay. We might as well save the sticks for later. I mean, listen, I can always rip this down. In a way, I'm kind of glad that we've started near the edge of the map, because if we want to start building like a proper castle, we could maybe do like a central area, like here. And we can just start fresh without having to knock down our existing little encampment. Got quite a lot of berries here. Do you know what? I wouldn't mind harvesting them. Where are you guys going? It's because I unforbid stuff, didn't I? That's fine. I should really not be going at ×3 when I've not not working on anything. Let's get another roof here. And let's go down the levels. And we will grab a research table. It seems like... Well, let me put it down. Here? Is that going to work? Yeah, that'll be fine. In RimWorld, you would normally put a stool in front or something. It seems like, when I was doing it before, that wasn't necessary. Now, we'll see. I'm sure we'll get a negative modifier if it says we should have one. Come on. Having a quick snack. Very happy. Oh, he's actually green now, which indicates that his mood has just clipped up into the top echelons. Very good. Working on the roof. Good stuff. Good stuff. I wish you hadn't left that hay pile in front of... But there you go. You can't have it all. We'll get this built, and then I will get a campfire. I mean, we could just put it... I don't want to put it on top of the salt. I don't know why. We'll have to move it later, and it's like, why? Why even do it? What the hell was that? The tree just fall down on its own? Did you hear that? Or did it grow? Maybe it grew. Where do I want to put... do you know what I'm half tempted to do? Put the campfire and the butcher's bench down here, and maybe we could just put like a roof over them with pillars. One of the first things that we research will actually be a wooden beam that can go between walls and used as a support. If we did do too big of a room, like if I did a room like this big, the default roof wouldn't stretch over it unless I put beams in the middle. So it is worth bearing in mind. How are we doing? Oh, God, that takes ages to build. Spare room. What's this room? Shared bedroom. Good. Check the heat while we're at it. 12 inside, 11 outside. Might be getting a little bit warmer in there now. Could maybe open the window. We are still in spring. It's not too bad. Okay, the research bench is done. I'm going to pause for a sec. This, again, production things in general work exactly the same as RimWorld. In this case, research is different, though. If I open the research screen... Yeah, okay, bro. Here it is, the tree. Alright? And later we'll get a different research and so on. But as you can see, there's books. We start with 25 chronicles. We'll later need textbooks and thesis, but for the time being, we only need chronicles. We start with 25. Architecture, as it happens, only costs 15. So we get that immediately and then get the wooden beams I was talking about. It doesn't work like where you select what you want to research and then they sit down and research it. That's how it works in RimWorld. How it works here is they sit down and they produce chronicles, which we'll just do forever. And then we spend the chronicles on research. That's how it works, rather than actually going a bar along each one. So we've got 25. We have to get architecture. So let's get that. You'll now notice a little symbol down here because we have something new, and that is wooden beams. And if I had two walls that didn't have a roof above them, I'd be able to put the beam in between. I can't because there's a roof, so... But, yeah. So potentially what I could do, just for funsies... Might just do this for fun, and we'll see how it goes. Is it going to look really weird? Maybe. Let's do it. Because I'm going to... put some walls down. That looks weird. Is it the right angle? It is. Why does it look wider than the building? It's not. That's weird. Yeah, and then what we might do is put beams across and then maybe have a bit of an overhang and put the cooking stuff underneath. I don't know, just for fun. So, the next question is, and we'll unpause. Actually, no, we won't. Yes, we will, because I want to get this built. We need to decide what to research next. Frankly, it's quite a clear choice in my opinion. We have clay brick making, tailoring, stone block cutting, smelting, wooden weaponry. We need agriculture, because that will allow us to do fields, including tree farms as well. We're going to need that. We're going to need farming. And also then we can move on to brewing, which I've just said we need because they really want alcohol. And preserving food, which will allow us to smoke meat, which will be really, really important. So I think we have to go here and get these two before we get carried away. We've got 10 books left. We need 15 to grab this. So it shouldn't take too long once we start researching. Now that we're building these walls... Can we do a beam here? Or maybe we can't. Maybe I've got... Wait. You want to do it that way? Can't you do it this way? Oh, you can. My bad. So if I did this... I'm experimenting here. I would just kind of want to see how this shakes out. If I did that... Cassandra is researching, by the way. Was. Come for something to eat. Let's get these beams up. wonder how a roof would look. And should we really put a thatched roof above a campfire? Probably not. But yeah, look, we can add like a roof. Or maybe not. Probably not, because you need like a... You would need a wall here. Just one extra wall. Because like this roof finishes on this piece of wall. You need another piece to start it. So potentially we would need another wall here. So I've kind of not really done it right. So actually, I can't have a roof at all. And this is just a really stupid creation that does nothing. Oh, it looks like it can't start on a beam. Okay. So potentially... Yeah, either way, that's not going to work, but I'm just going to leave it. We're just going to keep it, and we'll work something out later. So, what I am going to do is put the butcher's table in here, in this little area. Probably just there, we'll be fine. And the campfire as well for cooking. Which, that'll be okay. And then we can get to work on that. Just want to have a little look inside. Production speed, 110%, because it's inside. That's not even affected by her. I don't know why it's over 100%, but I'm not complaining. What we will see is... And tell you what, while we're doing that, let's assign some animals to be hunted. I haven't seen animals, have you? There must be. There's always like rabbits and deer. Hopefully on this bottom level? No? I mean... No. Where are the animals? Oh, there's some rabbits. Hunt the rabbits. Let's go up a level. Well, let's go right up. Or most of the way up? All the way up. Are there no deer? Oh, there's some. Well, let's hunt those as well. That'll be fine. Also, what I might do is allow a bit more stuff. Wouldn't mind gathering these berries as well. Red currants, I think they are. Okay, there's plenty to do. But we're going to need some animal carcasses to butcher. The campfire works in a similar production way. To be fair, I might as well just leave it on 1 speed. Where we need to cook a meal. So that requires 12 cooking material and 1 fuel, which will be wood for the time being. What we'll probably do is do it until we have, what? 12? 4 meals each in stock. Because I don't want to do too much, because then, like, who's our cook? Is it Edward? No, it's Henrik, isn't it? Henrik will just spend his whole day, every day, cooking. Just a crazy amount of meals that we're not even storing in a particularly good way. Maybe we should go straight for the underground storage now that we've wasted this much time. We'll also do butcher... butcher a carcass to get raw meat. We'll do that forever. Bringing fuel over here to start cooking already. That's good. There we go. What have you got? Sticks. Oh, using sticks as fuel. Okay. There we go. Preparing. We should see him get experience when he finishes. Looks like he's cutting his hand off, but don't worry about it. I'm sure it will turn out well. There we go. Excellent. Right. Do we want to dig out underground storage? I've actually not done it before, but I've seen somebody else do it. Or should we just put the food in a building for now? I think I kind of want to do the underground storage. How much clay do we have? Quite a lot. And the reason for that is when you dig out an underground room and then you put walls in for insulation. And clay has pretty good insulation. So I'm thinking this is what we do. We dig out. We need to dig out a pit, first and foremost. Where are we going to put it? There's not a ton of room. I wouldn't mind doing it over here, because then it's right next to the cooking area. So tell you what, chop down these trees. Cut these plants, all of them. And probably these trees as well. And then we've got a pretty reasonable amount of room to work in. It's going to take a little while to do that. But that's fine. We're getting a tutorial on mood, but everyone's in a good mood. Everyone is in a green mood. Awesome. Right, maxed out as well. Nice meal. Wait. Not drinking, +4. But you have a requirement for alcohol. What? That's fine. Okay. Edward's going to get to work. Going to have a lot of stuff to bring back here. Oh, how are we doing on Chronicles then? 12. Okay. 3 more, but Cassandra's taking a break right now, and now she's hunting. We haven't even watched her hunt, have we? We should do that. Oh, if I rotate the camera, it doesn't stay on. Wait, let me... Maybe we'll just do it manually. Where are you going? Oh, there's rabbits over there, is there? I should get down to level 5. It'd be a little easier to see. Are you going up the ramp, though? Oh my god, this is so tense. I wish I knew where she was going. We could click her and see. Oh, the deer! Here it is then, the moment of truth. How close are you getting? They're going to see you. Oh, you're after... Wait. Oh. You missed! Oh, no! Cassandra, please. You're a very skilled archer. Oh, there we go. Wow, okay. 1 deer carcass. So is she going to bring that back or keep killing? She's going to bring it back. Perfect. So she's going to bring that back. She's put it in a basket on her back. I respect the strength. I don't really like this for when you're not... Like, I know it's because we're not at the right level, but it's a little bit immersion breaking, that blue thing. So... ditches the deer carcass, and then that will get butchered as soon as somebody's free to do it. Also have ash, which is a side product of cooking. That'll get chucked in the waste as well. Here comes Henrik to do some butchering. Excellent. Come on then, Henrik. Let's get it done. He did some of it and then went to bed. fucking early sleeper. Let's get through the night so I can check on his... Let's see how far his sleep bar goes. So how much sleep have we given him? 7 hours. They all have 7 hours, but he just goes 1 hour earlier. Let's see what this ends up at. Maybe they're sleeping a little bit too much. We'll see. They're happy, though, in general, so it's not, like, terribly bad. Maybe it's too much. Here we go. 89%. Okay, sleep 100%. 2 o'clock. I mean, he gets up at 3, right? No. Does that mean he gets up at 3? I assume not. I think we take an hour off. What I might do, actually, is take it off that side for them. I think they go to bed a little bit early than necessary. Let's take an hour's sleep off, and we'll soon find out if it's a problem, because they'll have mood issues. Mushroom has rotted. Fair enough. We're going to start working on digging out this pit soon. Once Edward's finished clearing the area. Yeah, it's fine. What about the red currants? We've got 4 days before they rot. Don't know about the meals. We have a healing kit. Only 10. I don't know how we make healing kits. Is it a research option? Cooking? Chemistry? Yes, chemistry. Which I think comes... That needs all 3 types of books. So obviously we make Chronicles from this bench. If we go to Research 2, then we get the next sort of table that lets us create textbooks, and then there's Research 3 as well. So we need all that stuff before we can actually get chemistry to do more healing kits. Now that's a bit spooky. Why have you left all the meat here? At least put it on the... We need to get this built, don't we? Where are you? Oh, you're there. We're nearly done. I kind of want to shift all this out of the way before we start digging. I've probably overdone that. Listen. Don't need those. Or this. Cut them, and then we can maybe haul stuff out of the way. And we can get our underground storage rocking and rolling. He's just killing stuff. To be fair, Cassandra's doing a good job. Killing a lot of animals. But we've just got meat everywhere. This is the thing. In some ways, it's good that Cassandra is usually hauling. She's still hunting, because I've probably put too many targets. Hopefully she's nearly done. Edward is researching. What? Is that above hauling? I guess it is. We've nearly got enough to do agriculture. Well, see, what I might do then... Edward. So you're hauling... Yeah, I'd probably put that on 3 for a start. And what I might do is bring research down to a 4. Oh, research available. Cool. So we could grab furniture instead, which does give us beds. So that's really important, but I don't think it's as important as this stuff. So let's get agriculture, which is going to give us access to fields. All these different types of fields. But I'm not going to do it immediately, because I want to get the storage going first, because we really need to do that. Hopefully after he's done this book, he's going to stop and do hauling. Where are you going? What are you hauling? Something like 6 weeks away? What are you doing? You're hunting? Hold the phone. Oh, that's a 3. Go to 4. I shouldn't have allocated this much stuff for hunting. I'm such an idiot. I mean, I'll let him finish that hunt, but we need to move all this out of the way. There we go. Cassandra's working on it. It's nearly bedtime, though. The days fly by. You don't get anything done. How have I ended up on room types? Like that. Oh, there we go. That's why the... Stop. I'm an idiot. Of course it's going to be here. Oh, we can hide treetops as well. Oh, okay. Big brain. Equipment. Yeah, that's... We see, because it's giving us the tutorial for equipment, which is the weapons and whatnot, that makes me think that a raid is coming. The first raid is about time, right? We've had ages. I could put up defenses, but I'm probably not going to at this point. We'll leave it a little bit longer. This is so pointless. This construction is so pointless, but I like it, okay? And that's what counts. Henrik doing more butchering. How are we doing on the meals then? Roasted meat, I assume that means meals. Yeah, so we've got 10. Yeah, we've got 10 out of 12. So he's only got to make 2, but granted, we're probably going to eat some very shortly. That's it. Let's clean up some of this mess. Get everything hauled, and that includes this stuff. But I can't prioritize the hauling, you see. Which would be nice. Like on RimWorld, I can go, right, prioritize hauling this. So you build up your defenses. A raid is coming. I think we can cope with it, though. I really do. Probably need to end the episode. Maybe I should. Maybe we should end now. And then next episode, we'll dig out the storage. And then we'll immediately get raided. Probably should. Alright. Alright. Come on then. Let's get out here. It's been a good start, though. We've got a fair amount actually stockpiled. We do need to get the food underground, like I say, because it's rotting far too quickly. We've got our shrines. We've got somewhere to sleep. Granted, it's shit. We've got backgammon. We've got research underway. Already starting on the next set of books. And then we'll get either brewing or preserving food. And we're cooking as well. And then very shortly, we're going to move all of our food underground and see how that's done. So it's going well. And it's a lot of fun. Good stuff. Right. Thank you very much for watching then, everyone. As always, have an awesome day. And I will see you next time.